Well, hey, and welcome to another IC82 video. I was actually just in the middle of filming a review on these two locomotives here. We've got a beautiful Class 90 in rail freight distribution livery and a Class 92 in also rail freight distribution livery. That one's called Elgar. Elgar. Beautiful composer. So yeah, I was just in the middle of filming a review on these two, but we encountered technical problems because they weren't running very well. And I thought, oh dear, there's either something wrong with either of the motors or there's something wrong with the track. Either way, it's a great opportunity to do a video on cleaning track because I have another track cleaning product to look at. And I even have a brand new Gauge Master control here which I'm waiting to do a video on as well. So it might as well all wait until I've got the track in tip-top shape and in perfect working order. And this is the track cleaning product I was on about. This is Tidy Track by Woodland Scenics, as you can see. I've never looked at it before. I know a couple of friends that have got it and use it, but I don't really know what they think about it. They've not really told me. So either it's really, really good, or it's not really very good at all, and it's a bit of a waste of money. I don't know. I did do a track cleaning video ages ago. In fact, I've done several by now. And the last one was Track Magic. People think I was paid to do that. I can assure you. I definitely wasn't. I'd like to be, but I wasn't. And I haven't been paid to do this one either. This is just another track cleaning product. Now, the reason I'm doing a video on this one is because very, very, very soon you're going to get to see the layout that's got tunnels and hard to reach areas. And what's special about this particular track cleaning product is it's got this massive stick, this massive handle, which is supposed to make getting to hard to reach areas much easier. As you can see there, you can obviously get it down low and push it through a tunnel, and you can reach right across some railway boards and get to the very back track and stuff like that. So I thought it was definitely worth taking a look at. It also does N-gauge and 00. If you look at the cleaning pads here, you can see that you've basically got N-gauge running longitudinally. How about that? And then you've got the 00 gauge running across just like that, from top to bottom. What's there to say? Well, £24.50, yeah, I think that's an average sort of price. Again, I didn't pay that, I paid a little bit less. But about £20 to £25, £30 at the most is sort of average. Rail Tracker. Rail Tracker. I guess they called it Rail Tracker because it's designed to follow the track. It's designed to follow the rails around as you push it. With minimum effort, you can just push and off it goes. Complete track cleaning kit, easy self-guiding system. See, there we go. Clean hard to reach areas. And it comes with a little bottle of cleaning fluid. There's your main handle. These are your pads, which you can replace, by the way. You can buy additional pads, so that's really good. And then this is the actual mechanism that cleans the track itself. On the back, what does it say? You see, there we go, N scale and HO scale, which is basically 00 as well, track-wise, but we'll come on to that. O scale, 3 rail. Gosh, I didn't know it could do O gauge as well. That's a bit odd. Interesting. Clean track with your eyes closed. It's that easy. Wow. Clean track with your, you've heard it there, folks. With your eyes closed. I'm not going to, but apparently you can. This kit includes everything you need to clean your track. Package doubles as a tray for storage. Ooh, bonus. So, the rail track handle. Clean hard to reach areas on layout easily. Attach the rail tracker handle to rail tracker and clean the narrow spaces between structures, inside tunnels and under bridges and power lines. The rail tracker holds tidy track pads for cleaning and maintaining track. The dual grip, dual position tool locks into place or swivels to follow the track. Clean track solution. Used with cleaning and finishing pads to remediate oil and improve conductivity. Non-toxic and water-soluble, safe for scenery. That's quite good, because obviously people who watch my videos are at various stages of their layout. Some people have, vast, big, completed layouts with scenery and ballast all over the place, and some people are only just starting, and some people are in the middle, like me. So, finishing pads, light-coloured felt. Use after cleaning pads. Dries track, removes excess residue, and prepares track for operation. The maintenance pads, they're light coloured, grooved, unsmooth. Rail tracker replacement pads, routine cleaning. Grooved to fit rail for easy tracking, remove grime and oxidation. And then rescue pads, dark coloured, grooved and smooth. Rail tracker replacement pads for semi-annual cleaning and removing heavy build-up. Grooved to fit rail for easy tracking. Smooth burrs and track. Interesting. And then you've got the cleaning pads over here, designed to hold clean track solution for removing oil, grime and dust. Okay, complete your cleaning. Gosh, dust monkeys, roto wheel cleaner, also sold separately. Track painters, oh yes, I know about those. They're really quite cool. They're like these little pens that you can basically run alongside of the rails to make them look rusty and stuff. Rail pal, handy for quick fixes. One side rescue, one side maintenance. Okay, so that's like just some little pad that you can put on manually, I guess. So, anyway, let's get the package open and, well, I've got a little knife here, so again, if you're young, be very, very careful. It's very, very sharp, but I've got it to just help me flick these staples out, because they're quite tricky. Oh, there we go. Nope, it's still not coming out. Okay, jump cut. And you're back in the room. See, isn't the power of editing magic? Right, I've got those out, so it should open up now, in theory. That's the plan. Ugh, come on, open up. Oh gosh, it's a tight fit. There we go. It's opening up. Right, I see. Oh great, it's all fell apart. Marvellous. Oh wow, there's the pads. Okay, so there's nothing else, just cardboard and plastic. Okay, that's fair enough. So, these are the little pads then. Right, there we go. And so this is the tool. Oops. Oh gosh, it's not as heavy as I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be metal, but it's plastic. Still, it feels strong enough, I guess, only just. It feels up to the job. It's quite nicely finished. It looks good. It feels quite good. The handle's quite nice. I just thought it would be metal. I think it would be nicer if they did a metal one. It would feel more solid and higher quality, but it's plastic, so it's not actually as high quality as I thought it was going to be. And then we have the little track cleaning head, just here. Come on, don't be shy. There we go. So you can see that the two ends are designed to go together just like that. Oh, don't know how to do it just yet. And then, right. So basically, I guess if you put two pads on, that's how you can do O gauge. Maybe. I don't know. Yes, I would have thought so. Yeah, because that swivels, obviously. So yeah, you could put a pad there, put it down on some O gauge track, and off you go. Or you could just put a pad there and a pad there, and do your N gauge track. And how you do the O gauge track, I don't know. We'll have to see. So this is the little bottle of cleaning fluids. Here it is. I guess this is nothing spectacular. I mean, we've seen cleaning fluid before. Clean track solution, clean track for improved conductivity, safe for scenery, non-toxic. Apply to rails with cleaning pads, can also be applied. And then these are the instructions. Right, let's have a look then. Overview of contents. Okay, well, maintenance pads, cleaning pads, rescue pads, finishing pads. Gosh, so many different kinds of pads. Monthly maintenance and cleaning system. The Tidy Track rail and wheel maintenance system is a complete system that includes all the products needed for repairing, cleaning and maintaining track. A clean track prevents the onset of problems like loss of conductivity, arcing, unreliable DCC operations and premature motor failure. It is important to clean and maintain the track with the proper tools and materials. Overly abrasive products scratch track and damage rails. That's true, I've already covered that. And applying oil inhibits engine performance. Definitely. Tidy Track will not harm the rails and removes oil for improved engine traction. Right, so then it talks about assembly. So it tells you to basically take that funny little device that goes at the bottom, and then it shows you how to put the pads on. Right, it even shows you how to put the pads on to do the different gauges. Look at that. That's really clever. I see what it means about O gauge needing a third rail. How bizarre. And look, yeah, if you align them that way, then it'll do the N gauge, and if you align them horizontally, then they'll do the HO/00 gauge. Using rail tracker, using the grip. Gosh, so you can just do it with your hands then, but it has got a handle to help you. Here we go. Rail tracker handle, perfect for cleaning the narrow spaces between structures in tunnels and under bridges and power lines. To attach rail tracker handle to rail tracker position handle, notch slide up over the locking tab and fingertip. Slide on the fingertip. Slide handle into place. Handle pivots for a variety of cleaning positions. You didn't need to show it. I think we can work that out. Yes, see, look at that. How you can basically just guide the whole unit down in between the girders of a bridge to clean the track going over the bridge. Very useful. Very useful. I'm sure this will come in. As all the layouts I have in the house advance now, the proper one and the N-gauge one, I'm sure as everything advances, I'm going to use this more and more and more. Is this all English, or does it switch to another language now? Yeah, it's switched to other languages now. I was going to say, there's only so much you can say. So, basically, let's identify these pads first then. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So, those are the cleaning pads, those are the maintenance pads, those are the rescue pads, and this is the finishing pads. Okay, that's fine. And then sold separately, dust monkeys. Attached to rolling stock axle to maintain and clean track by removing the accumulation of dust. How cool is that? I shall try and see if I can get hold of some of them and do a video on those as well. Right, pad assembly. So we take this little bottom device here, and I'm going to be cleaning 00 track today. So I need to align the pads like that. So which pad am I going to need? Remove light oxidation and grime. Used to repair blemishes and burrs on tracks. Right, well I don't need the rescue pads. I don't need these because these seem like they're really heavy duty pads, and I don't think I need anything that heavy duty. The track is in pretty good condition, it's just a little bit dirty. Finishing pads, use after cleaning pads. Well, I'm obviously not going to use those, am I? Not first. Cleaning pads holds clean track solution to remove oil, grime and dust. Yes, I think we're definitely going to use those. And then you've got maintenance pads, remove light oxidation and grime during regular monthly cleaning. So this is a maintenance pad. It's a maintenance pad. Wow. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll start with the maintenance pads. We'll put those on just to see how they perform. Then we'll switch to the cleaning pads, which are these dark felty type ones. And then we'll finish off with the finishing pads. These, well, it calls them light grey, but they look white to me. So we'll finish off with those. The only pads I'm not going to need are the heavy duty rescue pads. I might do a video on them in the future maybe, but I don't think I'm going to need them for now. So, I take this device, do I? Position hole in tidy track pad over post on bottom of rail tracker and press in place. Repeat with second pad. So, I've got to put that down over here. I've got to line this up, and I've got to get my pads, and I've got to put them on that way. Okay, sorry about that folks, interrupted by somebody very rude outside with a very noisy vehicle of some sort. Right, so the pads are in position. I think I've done that right. Yes, I have. Install pads for chosen scale. Yep, I've done it according to number 4, which is perfect for HO and 00 gauge. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks absolutely fine. So, do I need to apply any fluid to these? I guess I don't. No, because they're not felt. I guess you don't apply any fluid to those. I should imagine you only apply the track cleaning fluid to those felty ones there, and then the white ones come along and clean it up basically. These should be fine on their own, I think so, I'm not too sure. Remove light oxidation and grime during regular monthly cleaning. Especially following a solution designed to remove oil and grime that used with cleaning and finishing pads. Yes, that's it. So you basically do only use the solution for the felty type ones, obviously because it's going to soak the fluid up. For these, you don't need anything. So the next step is to clip the handle into place, and then take this baby out for a run. So I guess you just push like that. There we go. Ha! Look at that. It's in place. And it really does feel quite fluid actually once it's in place. It feels quite, you know, nice and easy to use and flexible. I do apologise for the dishwasher making a noise. Right, I shall reposition the camera and we'll see what it's like. Okay, so here we are over at the part of the layout where I'm going to test this device. I picked a pretty nice and easy to do straight piece of track first, because I thought, well, why not? If it can't cope with this, then it can't cope with anything else, can it? So it should be just a case of putting that onto the rails and then rubbing it along. Is that it? Is it really as easy as that? That feels pretty easy. I guess it might be easier if I spin myself around the camera so that I can push from this angle. Yeah, that is much easier. In fact, I can put down quite a bit of pressure on that now. Oh gosh, look, you can even see some of the grubbiness coming off on the pads. Wow. Oh, the pads were just catching on the little bits of blue tack I used to keep the curves in place. I'm going to have to obviously pull all of that out of the way, but that wouldn't be an issue on a proper layout that doesn't use blue tack and actually uses proper pins. Yeah, that really is bringing up the grime. That's impressive. Okay, let's see how it copes with something like a set of points then. This is going to be interesting. Let me just get rid of this blue tack. Well, basically, it doesn't cope with points very well. If I try to do the Hornby Express point just here, I'll start from here and try to go backwards, but no, it's not really having it. Even if I pull off all the blue tack so that it's out of the way, I'll reposition the camera slightly. Here we go. You should be able to see this quite clearly. So even though I've pulled the blue tack out of the way, it just doesn't cope very well with points. Because it has this sort of track, because it has the grooves designed to mimic the track and go along with the rails, it can't cope when it hits points, because it's obviously not got the grooves to cope with that. It can't cope with that very well. I mean, it's trying, bless it, but it just can't. No, it can't do it. You can't get any pressure down at all. If you really, really tried, you would rip out the track. You really would. You'd make a mess. I think we've discovered the first major flaw with this semi-automated type of design. But not to worry. Let's back the camera up again, just ever so slightly. There we go. Let's swap the pads over and try to do some cleaning. So I've got two of the dark felt pads here. I'm just going to take off these light maintenance ones, put on these. Now these aren't grooved, which I find interesting. So this might actually cope with the points better because there's no grooves at all. So that's it, just push them into place. It's pretty easy to do. Give the fluid a shake. Okay, I've zoomed the camera right into the section of track I'm going to work on. You can see that the fluid is soaked into the pads, it's all good to go. So let's just put it on and give it a good scrub. Do I see anything on the bottom of the pads? No, not really, nothing yet. Let's keep going. Well, considering these pads aren't grooved, I mean they certainly don't fall off the rails too easily. Especially if you can get right behind the handle and push down with plenty of force. I'm just curious as to whether they're actually doing anything. Well, I've apparently rubbed all I need to rub. So now you're supposed to take these pads off, grab a couple of the white ones, pop them on, there we go. So the white ones are now on the bottom of the applicator, and let's see if any of the grime comes off then. It's really clean. There's nothing there at all. Again, it's not too difficult to keep it on the track, provided you can get right behind the handle and just put lots of pressure on the handle. It stays on the track pretty well. But as you can see from those pads there, if I just zoom out, there we go. There's barely anything on those pads. Again, apologies for the dishwasher. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest. Let's have a look at the actual track itself. Well, I have to admit that's very clean. Yep, it does seem pretty clean. Then if we just pan the camera around to somewhere where we know the track hasn't been done and the track is quite dirty. See, look at my finger there. And if I get a perfectly clean finger and I do the other rail, look at that. So it's definitely cleaned the track. It's definitely cleaned this particular section. How well will it cope with the points then? So I'm going to swap the pads back over. They're still quite wet actually. I did put plenty of fluid on, so I think I can just go for it. I'm going to get all my weight behind the handle and clean as best as I can these points just here. Okay, here goes. Well, that is easier. That is better than trying to do it with the grooved one, that's for sure. Because there's no grooves on these pads, they are happily sliding over all of the points and the switch blades and stuff, so that's quite good. Again, I don't know if they're actually cleaning it. I can't tell yet. I assume so. I mean, it's quite abrasive stuff. I can hear a grinding sound. I hope that's not the pads just being torn up by the switch blades and ending up clogging up the points. Okay, I think that's enough of that. So let's swap the pads over again and put these white ones back on. Okay, white ones are back in place. I'll do it from the other side this time. There's very little on the bottom of those pads. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Let's take them off. Right, I guess we need to do the finger test. So if I just pan the camera back and I zoom in on these points here, there we go. You can see that over here we've got some express points that haven't been done. So I'm just going to take a clean finger and I'm going to rub those express points. Yeah, my finger's got a little bit of grime on it, but nothing major. Yes, there's a very little bit of grime on my finger, but there's not very much. So if I take, I'm running out of fingers, if I take this one now, which is really clean, and I rub the points we have just done, well, there's nothing there. And there's nothing there either. Well, it does seem to do the job. That has to be said. Let me just put the cap back on the cleaning fluid. There we go. It does seem to do the job. I guess if you've got a big, expansive layout, sorry, let me just pan right back. Here we go. If you have got a really big, expansive layout with track all over the place, especially in hard to reach areas, like it says, like tunnels and things like that, I can imagine that this is very, very useful. The handle really does allow you to get into places that you probably would struggle to reach otherwise, and it allows you to put a lot of pressure down on the rails as well. The biggest problem are these grooved pads. They're useless for trying to do points and basically any sort of complicated track work. Because of the grooves, they don't want to know. With the grooved pads, you just can't do the points. So if you've got points and complicated track work in hard to reach areas, then I don't think this is going to help you very much. Well, you certainly can't use the grooved ones. You're going to have to take the grooved ones off, put on the felt cleaning ones, soak them with fluid, and then just scrub really, really hard. And even then, I can't guarantee that it's going to be better than doing it the old-fashioned way, basically, which is just getting up close with a swab or some cloth and just giving the rails a really good rub. Is it worth the money? Well, if you've got a fairly simple layout, then no. I don't think you need to invest in something like this. If you've got a very simple, easy to reach, relatively small layout on like an 8 by 10 feet piece of board or something like that, then no, you probably don't need something like this. Whether it's 8 by 10 feet, 8 by 12 feet, 12 by 12 feet, something that size isn't going to really benefit from having a tool like this. But if you've got, we're talking 30 by 16 foot, and it fills a room, and you've got hard to reach tunnels, and you've got, 8 lanes of track, 8 roads they're called. I know, I don't know why. So if you've got 8 roads of track, and the 8th one is really, really hard to reach across, but with this, you can actually get right across to that distant rail and give it a good scrub, then yeah, it's worth the money. 20, 25 pounds, even 30 pounds, whatever you find it priced at, it will help, definitely. But is it a replacement for good hard elbow grease of just getting in there with a cotton swab or cloth and cleaning your track? No. No, it's not. So that's it, basically. It is... sorry. It is a nice supplement. It is a nice addition to what I would say is your overall kit of track care, of model railway care equipment. It's definitely not something that you should have on its own. It can supplement other stuff very, very well, but on its own, it's not really worth it. I guess the real test will come when I am using it to get into those hard to reach areas on the new layout, like right at the back where we've got the coal mine, and well, you'll see. But for now, I will put it away, I think, and continue to use the Trap Magic solution with my good old tried and tested method of cotton swabs and cloths and rags and stuff like that. This I'm going to keep on the shelf, ready for when my big complicated layout needs it. bye.